Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with another 1212 AD battle for you today, and this is the Battle of Arsuf, fought in 1191 AD. This was a battle between Richard the Lionheart and his Crusader army against Saladin of the Ayyubid Sultanate, and Richard the Lionheart was joined by the French and also the Kingdom of Jerusalem, or what was the Kingdom of Jerusalem at that point, because I'm pretty sure they didn't hold Jerusalem. But yes, in history, this was a Crusader victory, and hopefully today we will see a recreation of that. I really would like to see the Templars and their crusading allies be victorious today, but it looks like we're about to have a charge here. I did pause it at this moment because I did think we're about to see some sort of charge here by the Ayyubids, straight into some crossbows here, getting a little bit of a charge off. And oh boy, they got a few kills there, getting about like 10 or so kills. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing 1212 action at the moment, I would like to see some more historical battles or just more custom sieges, whatever, then feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support. It's always very much appreciated, guys, as we work towards 6k subs. As you can see here, these Crusaders getting kind of surrounded by the Ayyubid cavalry here, both horse and just shock cav here, and it's looking a little dicey, to be fair. They've got some pretty good bow cav here. These Turkomans here, I'm pretty sure, are pretty good. They're medium bows, they probably got a decent charge on them. Most of the shock cav is light, which is fairly, I think, is fairly even. Like the cavalry for the Muslim forces was much lighter than like the heavy cavalry of the Crusaders, which is why they're able to like just be so successful against the Crusaders in history. They were able to like just run away and keep out a distance from the more heavily armored and more slow moving like European cav. But yeah, so this is a 3v3 here we have today. We have the Kingdom of Jerusalem here trying to scare off Ayyubids. We have over here, we have the English in like the center, led by Richard the Lionheart, and then we have over here the French, and they are on the right. And I believe the French generals, like, or the French king Philip, like the 4th or something was there. I may be wrong on what Philip it is. But look at this, they're really rushing right now, really trying to rush these horse archers, and they are going to catch them by the looks of it. They're been worn out, they've been running around, and now in goes the shock cav, and it's not going to do so well against this Templar Knight. I don't know if this is the Sergeant unit. This is the Templar Knight unit. It's not the Sergeants. They are over here. Mounted Sergeants already pretty banged up. Look at this, getting focused down. They're not going to catch the more lightly armored stuff. They are going to catch the well, they're not going to catch, but the like the shock cav is being set into sacrifice itself. We have the Poulet Knights here doing their bit, cutting down these light shock cav, but at the same time it's making good targets for the horse archers here. There is still some shock cav alive, but not much. I was also just thinking, did England bring in any cav? Yeah, he did. English Knights. I don't think any of this. I think Jerusalem has a lot of the cav here, and there's actually, it's about to lose one mounted sergeant. Yeah, there's a couple of English Knights, but not many. Yeah, this mounted sergeant here is going to get routed for sure. It's getting focused down. I mean, if they can trap stuff here, they could maybe trap these horse archers, because there is cav coming. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they can't. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to box in this cav up here with the red line right here. So it's not a bad idea, but they're just so light. I don't think they can get stopped. These heavy knights here are already tired. I mean, though these lights are tired themselves, and they have sort of caught them. A couple of them anyway. Not enough though. And these Templars are really on a forlorn hope here, just trying to catch them. They may have got this one. The Templars should turn around and get this one. And they've got this one. This is a small win, I guess. One less horse archer to deal with. It still has a lot of ammo. And if it routs, it's going to go straight off the off the map pretty quickly. There you go. It's gone. So they got one, which I guess is a small win, but there's still plenty more. They've still got like the heavy cav that's still coming up, which have got bows. They've still got more medium bows back here. More like this is more medium cav. So yeah, there's still got plenty of cav here to the Muslims. And their armies were majority made out of cavalry. Certainly at Arsuf they have just like, they have about 10,000 more men, and it says that they're all cavalry. So I mean, that's kind of scary. I mean, they may have all rocked up as cavalry, whether they all fought on horse, I don't know. But yeah, there is plenty more cavalry coming. You can see the balance of power is not really in favor of the Crusaders. It's ever so slightly in favor of the Muslims. But yeah, we've got like things like Tawashawi here. We've got like Askari back here, which is more like medium cav. There's even more cav over on this side. I honestly think that like the Muslims are going to be aggressive. They've got to be like pushing forward. I feel like if they're going to do like historical The Crusaders are on the defense. You can see the French now bring over Sergeant Cheval. These guys have probably run the entire way across to come support. They're just going to be equally tired. I mean, certainly the English and the French could maybe be aggressive. They could maybe try and be aggressive on this side, see if they could get a reaction out of the Ayyubids. It's hard to say, but this is not healthy for the Crusaders. Like, this is the plan of the Muslims is just going to be to focus on their cav with their horse archers, make it really weak as they're doing now. These Chasseurs Cheval, for instance, need to just get moving. They're currently getting shot. They need to move because they're just going to get murdered as they just did there. They just look at 6-7 men. But yeah, so they just need to all just like play defense with the cav, get the crossbows out front, prepare to just like try and out-skirmish these horse archers, which they could possibly do. They have the better range. They probably have better armor piercing with their crossbows. If they can beat the horse archers, then it's just a one-on-one with a shock cav. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think the Muslim infantry as well is just weaker. These Jun spears, they're okay, but they're not that great. Jun swords are certainly not that great. I mean, there are some nastier units here. We've got dismounted Ascari nobles. These guys and their shield wall, they are pretty nasty. They are going to be, and they've also got shock infantry, which is also going to be a massive, massive problem. So yeah, there are a few units they need to worry about. They've got things like pole arms, pike. I've seen like later around. They've got billmen. I mean, they're also very vulnerable to archers, which like the Ayyubids like are really good at with. But yeah, we'll have to see. Longbowmen being brought up. This is good. England needs to bring over his longbows. This is really good. Good teamwork here. I mean, we've got Jerusalem with his crossbows. We've got England with his longbows. They should be able to outrange these light bows, and also their light bows. They should just armor pierce them pretty effectively. Like, they should just get through them pretty quickly. But yeah, so we're just going to fast forward just a little bit because it seems like not much is going on. It's just a skirmish phase at the moment. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having great weekends and like enjoying some time off school, some time off work, sitting down, enjoying some medieval action. I presume by the time this video has come out, it will be the weekend. I'm like just mass recording the videos at the moment, so I don't know exactly what day they're coming out, but this should be out on a weekend, I believe. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and are ready to see the Crusaders do some glorious crusading. Do some Deus Vult. I want to hear your Deus Vult in the chat, in the comments down below. That'll be great. But yeah, no, looks like the Crusaders got most of their cavalry out alive. They're a bit banged up. I mean, they only have to weaken them to the Ayyubids. They don't have to like destroy each unit. Like this Poulain Knight down to 56. That's now going to go up against like a healthy Ascari on 80. You put the odds with the Ascari now just out of numbers. It'll be close, I think, because Ascari's medium, and like the Poulain Knights are like heavy cav. But here you go. The Christian forces are moving forward. They're going against history, and they're going to be aggressive. Well, I guess, both sides are kind of being aggressive. In history, the Hospitaller Knights, which I don't think they have brought any Hospitallers today, they actually, they actually kind of get a little bit eager for battle, and they actually charge out and charge the Ayyubid line. So, and then Richard has to, like, kind of send the rest of his forces to support the Hospitallers. So I guess you could kind of say this is what is happening right now. He's sending the rest of his forces up to support. And he certainly needs to start pushing because, I mean, all the cav has gone off this side now. They could be really aggressive on this side. There is no cav here. It's all like in the center and right. And you can see it is all shifting this way. There's a hell of a lot of cav, I'm not going to lie. There's got to be at least 5 cav units per army, I would have thought. Maybe more for the Ayyubids. They have got a disgusting amount of cav here. And, yeah, I don't know how the Christian forces are supposed to deal with all this cav. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to say. But, I mean, here come forward the like bow cav. I mean, now would be the time to focus them down. They need to have their they need to be focusing these guys down while they're in range. Like, these are all light units. They're easy to take out, easy kills, and this should then even up the fight. If you kill the light units, it kind of makes it fairly even on numbers of cav. But seems like England was caught sleeping and was not ready to take them on. Even these are all light bows up here. Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 units of lights here. Then it's more down to like this stuff, and this then is possibly more feasible in taking out. But even then, it's gonna be pretty tough. They're gonna need to be like, if they are playing defensive, the Crusaders, they need to support with their spears. They need to support with archers and taking out cav. But as you can see here, it looks like we're about to see the Ayyubids push forward here, but I'm not entirely sure. they're going to actually commit. They are just pushing forward a lot of stuff, though, including Cav. I mean, in fairness, the Ayyubids could just smash through the center of these lines here if they wanted to, because all of Cav, the Crusaders, is now up here facing stuff that they just can't chase down. They cannot chase down these lights. They're just... Yeah, they can't. In all fairness, they may be better just leaving these lights. Just let them do their own thing. Yeah, they're going to maybe get some damage on the infantry, but eventually, like, after 1 or 2 charges, they will, like, be redundant, because they take a lot of damage when they charge an infantry unit, really. And yeah, it looks like, look at this, these Tawashari here, they're not slowing down. They're going to come rushing straight in here. Hospitalers, Pule Knights, yeah, they're going to come in flying on. You can see crossbows desperately trying to get across to protect them. But here we go. I would imagine at this range, the cavalry is not going to slow down. Oh, maybe it is. One of them is. Wow, they both are. That is surprising. I mean, I can see why there is no English Knights rushing across, but they definitely could have maybe got off a charge there. Luckily for them, there was no archers, because right now they're being focused down by the archers. That's a shame, because I thought they were going to go in and do a cheeky charge. Not England. We've got France over here pushing forward. Not a bad idea. They need to do something to the Crusaders. They can't just sit there and just die, because the longer they sit there, the longer they are going to die. They have got some shock infantry in this army. We've got axe sergeants here. England also has got some axe sergeants. So I mean, that is something, I guess. Something to deal with the Talca Axemen and the Tabaderia, but honestly I don't know if they're strong enough. France has still got also French Chevaliers on his side. This could be much like a big threat here, and you can see now there's Ascari cavalry rushing back across. So that has actually really helped. That's going to just put some pressure off Jerusalem and England now. There's now cavalry back on this side, which I think France has the means to take them out. They've got some pretty good cavalry. I mean, their cav is heavy, this is medium. I mean, in fairness, one is going to be taking on a 2v1 unless they send their general in. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to see how this one goes down, as my voice, for some reason, starts to die. But here we go. We're going to see the charge here, medium bow cav. They may go in. They're going to go in, like, I don't know where they're going. They're just getting as close as possible, because right now they are very much open for, like, just getting shot at. It seems like they are just going to focus down at point-blank range. Look at these boys, ready to focus them down. They are focusing down these Templars. They see that they are weak already, and they want to just focus them down. And that's smart. That's all you got to do, really, as a horse archers. Find the weak units, especially Cav, and just focus them down. And you can see they're now running away as soon as the Pule and crossbows even get close to firing at them. They take so long to set up the crossbows. That's why I prefer bows, but I mean crossbows are also going to be very, very useful in this. They punch through like horse and armor. And look at this, these horse archers now could possibly get in behind. And there's also cavalry fight over here. Oh boy. Oh! The Scary cavalry just going flying through these pole arms here. I mean, the cavalry here is winning. This is good. The Ascari noble cavalry here is kind of struggling. But yeah, the Ascari cav here ripping through these pole arms and into the Chevaliers behind. Oh, this is not good stuff for France here. France getting caught out on the chart. I mean, his pole arms are now winning, and they would. But they took a massive loss there. I mean, if you can kill the cav off, great. Yeah, they did break the cav. It's something. They need to get cavalry in over here now to support in this fight. Or, not cavalry, need to get these pole arms in here to support against that cav fight. And you can see swords and spears rushing forward. They're going to try and get them in. Probably the best thing they can do. You've got these sergeants here. They're going in. In they go. France is now engaged with the enemy. We also now have French Chevaliers in here. They are engaged with the Tawashari. They are losing that fight because there are stun spears in here supporting the Ayyubids. We need to get some English spears to come up and support their Crusader brethren. But also there's horse archers just focusing down here. They need to move forward their crossbows. Yeah, I don't know why the English and the Jerusalem had so much cav over there. They do not need it. Look at this, though. Dismounted Ascari nobles beating these Pieton levies. No surprise there. How are they doing with the cav fight on this? So they've got to be winning this fight. These pole arms need to get in here and win this fight. I know the cav is going to win, but they need to free up the cav quickly so they can get it in doing other stuff, because otherwise the Ubids have time to bring more cav around or do damage elsewhere. Yeah, you can see Chevaliers here doing a really good job. Shock infantry trying to get around the flanks, perhaps. No, they're just going to go into the back lines. Not a bad idea. Pole arms over here. This is, I mean, good, but I mean, you're about to see Tawashari here. They're going to flank around and probably hit these guys in the back. I mean, that's the thing. They've got now cavalry in behind the lines. This is the worst place you can have it, in between your lines, because you've got infantry in front of you, you've got infantry behind you to like aim at as a cavalry unit. And here you go, they're going to go in for this infantry here, and they're just going to knock down this polearm. Really well played there by the Ayyubid player, just knocked the entire unit down, and that's going to break. That's just a whole unit gone, and that's what happens. That's why you got to have other cavalry free, and you can see here now England, Jerusalem is trying to rush cavalry across. We also have English cavalry here trying to rush down these archers. Not a bad idea. Spear's going to be sent forward though to stop this Crusader cav here. And they need to get out of there pretty quickly. You can see more cavalry also coming forward. They need to send. If you send forward one thing, you need to send forward the rest. You cannot just send your army up in bits. You can see here as well, Axe Sergeants just getting destroyed. They're just not that strong. Axe Sergeants are disappointingly like weak. Ayyubid like shock infantry is so much better than like tier 1 Ayyubid shock infantry is better than tier 1 like Christian shock infantry. That is for sure. These Axe Sergeants are not that great. Breaking in 96 men. Cavalry here kind of struggling. Thankfully, it's got out of combat as now spears going against swords here. But yeah, this is a big problem here. This little blob of infantry. Well, I say little. It's like 4 units here. It's a severe problem. Though, as you can see here, this flank is looking pretty good for France right now. They need to take advantage of this. They need to play the delaying tactic over here. They can just put minimal forces in to delay the Ayyubid push. That would be great. But they're going to need these English billmen and shock infantry up here to try and support this fight. Also, they've got a spear unit here, Pieton levies. I'll be getting this in column and rushing it through gaps. But yeah, as you can see here, cavalry being broken, French Chevaliers. And finally, it looks like we're going to see Jerusalem getting engaged over here. He's got his dismounted Templars in, and he's trying to do his bit. We've got more shock cav in here trying to do his bit. I mean, that's not going to be a great charge by the English Knights, going right into the back of his own lines. So he's not really going to get a good charge bonus on these Ascari nobles. He needs to be looking for gaps in the line. But I mean, wherever the English or the any of the Crusaders send through their infantry, they are like in danger of just being like smothered by other cav. Right now as well, they've got free infantry here. Just flank it around. Like this cav here, this Ascari cavalry, it's like just was ready to be flanked. It could be just surrounded. Kill. That would have been an easy kill there. The Ascari cavalry here as well, just smashing into the back of his own infantry. Like the Crusaders here are just demolishing their infantry counterparts of the Ayyubids. It's the cav that's keeping them in this fight at the moment. Over here though, it's absolute chaos right now, and it seems as though they're just trying to put out fires. I mean, you've got crossbows here. You've got a general dead. France has lost his general. I'm not sure how. Where is he? Why was he back here? Where France's general was back here for some reason, apparently. This is not good. So yeah, France is basically out of it. France has been annihilated really, really quickly. Yeah. Just not good. Not good. Just getting annihilated there. I feel like he went in a little early, and he didn't wait for his English allies, and his English and Jerusalem is now kind of catching up. And you can see England and Jerusalem kind of doing pretty well. In fairness, that is because the majority of the Ayyubid forces are now over here. They need to push hard, destroy what they can here, England and Jerusalem, and then hopefully they can then turn on that final Ayyubid flank and do some damage. They need to rout as much of this cavalry as possible. They are routing a lot of Ascari cavalry here. They could possibly get this Tawashari as well. This is trapped between cavalry and also infantry. You can now see Richard the Lionheart's going flying on in here. He's going to try and deal with the Tawashari here as well. He's trying to retreat his cav. There's also spears in here, which is good. They need to support every combat with their cavalry with spears. More Ascari coming up though. It's just endless cav.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
You can see Richard's going to fly forward here. He's going in. He needs to be careful though. The further he gets into this into enemy lines, the more he's going to get focused down. He needs to be careful. Oh, he's pulling through. I think he was trying to still go after this Tawashari here. He's going to lose a lot of men. Richard, engage this Ascari cavalry, please. And we've got a Tabaderia general over here. I mean, that's a really good unit to kill. Tabaderia, a really good shock infantry, but vulnerable to cav, vulnerable to archers. Focus this unit down with one of those, and you'll break it pretty quickly, and then you can break the army. But yeah, they've just broken another sword unit there, some sergeants. And you can see here, yeah, King's bodyguard, because he pulled through, going after the wrong cavalry unit. He's going to die now. Well, not He won't necessarily die, but he's in trouble. Like, what are these 3 units of like swords and spears doing here? I know they're possibly protecting against this. And send them support against this. Like, send some spears up to support this fight. But they, like, as you can see, Jerusalem and France is desperately having to send more and more cav back this way because they realize the problems they're in. And you can see they've got the King's Bodyguard here. He's wavering. He's going to break. That is going to be the end of England's general. They need to kill some generals off soon themselves with the Crusaders. Like, I don't know where Richard is in this fight. I can't see. Oh, there he is, right there. He's surrounded by by Muslims right now. Oh my gosh. He is not getting out of that one alive. Fight on, Richard. You're a fearsome warrior. He's actually got some, you know, he's got Templars to support him. Oh, rally. I was going to say pop a rally or something. He's got fast on. That's not going to help. He needs a rally ability. But I don't know. He may hold. He may hold. These Tabadari here losing. This is good. As you can see here, as soon as they were losing, though, this Tawashari slamming into the sides of these hospitals here, trying to even this fight up. And that is what you need to do. You need to support your infantry with cavalry. And you can see, I mean, luckily, I mean, I say it's luckily, but it's not much for much longer. It seems as though this Ayyubid army over here was really occupied with taking out one axe sergeant. It's given England a little bit of time to try and do some work, but it may not be enough. It may not be enough. They need to kill a general soon. They still got so much fresh shock infantry back here as well. Do the Ayyubids. It's looking tough right now. I mean, it's 3,000 versus 4,100. It is very, very tough. But they are breaking more and more swords here, which is good. They need to send these swords so straight in to go and deal with the Tabadariya here. How the King's Bodyguard has survived for England, I don't know. They've piled so much in there. They've routed quite a bit of cav, I think, as well in doing so. But there's still plenty more. They now need to rush all their cav over here to support this flank, because this is where the danger is. This is just danger. Red alert for the Crusaders. And they cannot afford to let them get out of this. More carry going in here. That should be... Well, actually, it's both Tawashari, but they are sending in Pule Knights. They should turn that around. Well, there you go. The Muslims are going to lose that fight. It's one less Muslim cav to deal with, I imagine. They don't need to be piling in stuff. And also, the King's Bodyguard for England needs to just get the heck out of Dodge. He needs to like be back in the back lines now, wherever they are. But as you can see, spears coming in. You got Jaredar cav here that's just charging against some longbows. These longbows could be really useful elsewhere now. Like, send everything down here now. And you can see the Crusaders are sort of getting surrounded. I will just quickly go to strategic map. You can sort of see they are getting slowly surrounded. There's only this way out at the moment. They are currently getting attacked on all fronts. It's an absolute mess. Micro must be insane for this fight. You've got Templar Sergeants looking the wrong way over here. These guys just getting chopped down by shock infantry. And the swords just getting relentlessly charged by cav. It's just brutal. It is brutal. But that is probably going to be Richard dead. Yeah, Richard the First, also known as the Lionheart, is dead. It's a sad day for England. And he's going to his bodyguard's going to charge into the spear unit and avenge him. Can they charge in after these shock cav after? No. Then you just break as much stuff as possible while they're still alive. Pole arms here breaking Tawashari. That's good. You know what? The Crusaders are slowly evening it up. The cav for Muslims is like getting weaker and weaker. But they still have plenty of effective infantry. And they're blobbing their infantry is like the Muslim forces. Which, I mean, is really good for them at the moment. But, I mean, if the Crusaders can just realize this and get like maybe a cav unit in behind, maybe do some hammer and anvils, they can do a lot of damage. It's an absolute mess, I would just say, down in this like infantry fight down here. Absolute mess. You just got pockets of like Crusaders fighting on. It seems like an ally has abandoned them. That might be France, I think, gone now. France is all but gone from the battle, maybe. France has got some Sergeant Cheval still alive. He needs to get these guys in action somewhere. Like, get them in behind these shocking, like this infantry blob here. Just hit some stuff. Or like hit this like axeman unit. Yep, he's going for the axes. Good. Really good unit to go for. Smashes into them. Really good charge. That's what you need to do. I mean, they're also losing this, like, from this fight. I don't know if that was actually... Maybe it wasn't a good charge for these medium shock cav. Maybe not, but they've got to hit them. They've got to hit the axemen. They can't just let them just do so much damage to their infantry. The King's Bodyguard here for Jerusalem may need to be sent in, though, soon. The cav, though, I mean, they've still got plenty of cav. If these Templar mounted sergeants get out of combat, they could, you know, get around. They, like, because they are running out of cav, like, they've only got their missile cav left, the Ayyubids, really. They haven't got any shock cav. All their shock cav's been spent. And it's turning into a bit of an infantry grind, which I think, I want to say is in favor of Jerusalem. But I'm not sure with those shock infantry. Those axes are pretty nasty. And these are Askari nobles. These are good swords. But they are losing. The general here is just helping to rout some spears. The crossbows and the longbows of like the Crusaders need to come into come into hand now. They need to start focusing these units on. They still have one really good shock cav here. This is a heavy shock cav unit. It's like a Mameluke unit, I think. Mameluke? Yeah, it's got to be Mamelukes, I imagine. These guys are very, very good. And there are also bows. Yeah, they are going to be nasty to kill. This could go either way still. Really, really close. In my opinion. I feel like all they need is a couple of good charges here. I mean, the King's Bodyguard right now should be just hammering and ambling this like line here. Just to support his infantry. Like, I don't know what else he's got to go for. He can't just stand here and get shot. We have just seen like some cav go in here. They have just also... Seems like they... Well, did they rout? They did rout some of these longbows, and they are kind of routing another one, but they also are breaking themselves. Like, this general here is just getting focused down. Get him in behind. Get him routing some stuff. Yeah, there's still... Oh, there is actually still a general here. Sultan's bodyguard. That must have been Saladin himself. Saladin is on the battlefield. Salahuddin is here. What are the spears, like, fighting? I don't know, but they're getting killed right now. They're actually broken. Broken fighting Jun spears and also some Harifish infantry. And it actually looks like now... I don't know what it is. I think they just ran out of momentum of the Crusaders, and they are going to lose. It is going to be a Ayyubid victory by the looks of it. The Crusaders just didn't have enough, and I think they left a lot of stuff over here for just far too long if they brought that over. I also think the French went in a little bit too early, and Jerusalem was a little bit slow maneuvering some of his infantry around because they could have been they could have like routed a lot of the center of the Ayyubids, which was also kind of their right, because they blobbed a lot over on this side, just went really hard on one side, flanked around, and just hit hard. So they just destroyed the French with like maybe one and a bit armies. I don't know. This dismounted Sky Nobles all the way back here for some reason. But yeah, there you go. This is gonna be the last stand really of the Crusaders down here. You got some Hospitallers there breaking. And then you got the King's Bodyguard. He's just going to probably do one full-on charge at these Askari nobles. Get some last kills, boys. Really nice. Really nice. Knock them down. Kill them all. There's the King of Jerusalem himself. Get some kills, boy. And there you go, a valiant defeat for the Crusaders. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. This one was sent in by Mature Child, who was playing as the French. So yeah, thank you for him for organising this scenario. It was really fun to watch. Well done to him, to Fenrir, and to Targon Darkbane. They nearly did enough to defeat the Muslim forces, but it just wasn't quite enough in the end. Well done to GOD, Corrupted Master, and to Georgios Greek, who were playing as the Ayyubids. All did a really, really good job. And yeah, their tactics in the end did work out and just about get them the victory. I mean, say just about. It was a close one, but wasn't the closest in the world. But it certainly looked at parts that they could lose it. But there you go. So we'll quickly have a look at some of the end results. You got the King of France here getting 159 kills before he fell. Yeah, most of this infantry here for the French has got nothing. 208 kills of the Sergeant Cheval, which is pretty good. His French Chevalier is getting 128. But yeah, not really much by the Cav getting great kills for the French. Fenrir with the King of Jerusalem getting 180 kills with the King's Bodyguard. 103 with his Poulain Spears. His Templar Spears getting 133. 114 with the Poulain Knights. 120 with the Hospitaller Knights. 174 kills with the Templar Knights. Really well done there. His Templar Sergeants getting 260. And his Templar Knights getting 178. And then we got Targon Darkbane with his Cav doing really well as well. We got the King's Bodyguard only getting 68 kills. It seemed like Richard the Lionheart just could not do enough. The Axe Sergeant's getting 208 kills. His Spear's getting 102. 130 kills with his Billman here. 165 with the Sergeants. 136 with his Foot Knights. Both of them doing really well. And his Longbow's not getting that many kills. But yeah, his Cav getting 137, 187, 229 kills. Very well done. You know, God with the first of the Ubid armies. Looks like he was playing as Saladin, getting 152 kills with Saladin's Bodyguard. And we've got 136 kills with the Axemen here. All of them are doing pretty well. The Spears here doing nothing, obviously. They are pretty terrible. 66 kills with his infantry, 155 with his Ascari nobles here. And his Cav doing pretty damn well. Look at the amount of Cav he had in his army. Oh my gosh. 194 with the Ascari Cav. 252 with his like Mameluke unit. And then you've got like Turkmens down here getting 99 kills. His like Bow Cav here getting 109. Then we have Corrupted Master. He has 250 kills basically with his Tabaderia here. 250 with his Axeman. 322, oh my gosh, with another one. 168 with the Spears, 225 with the Ascari Nobles, and his Cav. I mean, he had a lot of light Cavs, they didn't do so great, but like his more medium stuff getting 103 kills, and his heavy Tawashari getting 200. Then we have George S. Greek, who had a lot of Cav himself. Oh my gosh, so much Cav, and all of it really heavy stuff, really. But yeah, 226 with his Mamelukes. And then he's got like very little infantry, and it didn't do that great, to be honest. 87 with his Jun's swords. But yeah, 420 kills with the Tawashari here. Did very, very well with his Cav. Oh my gosh. And then you've got like his Turkmens over here getting 146 kills. They all did pretty well with the Cav. But nothing like insane like this Tawashari here. But yeah, there you go. That is the Battle of Arsuf today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And I will see you in the next 12-12 battle. Bye for now.